back to go further in on Walmart Spark. So I'm going to give you guys some experiences and some lessons learned. So I posted a video recently about orders getting canceled on me, and what I want to say is that everybody's, we know this, but everybody's market is different. I've had to adjust a lot of my tactics on making money on Walmart Spark. And basically, even, I have changed the area that I work in pretty much. And I've also adjusted the times that I go out. Now, I know you guys can't really see the times that are on here, but I'll just give you guys a word to the wise. Sometimes it's the early bird catches the worm. Just basically put it like that. Now, I know everybody has different time constraints, and you may be taking your kids to school in the morning, but that the early bird catches the worm. Also, I would say that more likely than not, or whatever, I forgot how to say it, but a lot of times when I do see a high dollar order, it does consist of more drop-offs. But some of those drop-offs are actually feasible. But I'll say this, folks, I've been burned too many times by taking high dollar shopping orders. And that happened even initially when I got on the platform. I remember that this was during COVID or sometime during that, but I remember going to Walmart and being in the midst of shopping and Walmart just closing on me. And I remember one time I delivered like a partial order to a customer, and I was explaining to them how the store closed on me and all that different stuff. But I feel like, so one of the solutions though about some of these larger orders is, I feel like these orders should not be shopping orders. They should be pickups. But I know the reason why Walmart shifts a lot of the shopping responsibility over to drivers is because they're trying to leverage they're probably making more money off of getting us to do the shopping than hiring Walmart employees to come in there, because when you don't have to pay you don't have to pay us freaking health benefits and stuff. We're just out here independent contractors. The Walmart employees probably get more benefits. But I would just say, when you're looking at orders, just always realize that you're kind of lower on the totem pole, and these companies are trying to maximize their profit. So I find myself really, when these orders pop up, when I see that high dollar, you really have to really dig deep and be like, okay, is this going to be worth it? Is the possibility of cancellation, or the number of drop-offs, or whatever. And I, for the most part, always try to communicate and act on the customer's behalf. But I've noticed on a lot of these delivery apps, not just Walmart, that communication has gets lost in the sauce. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you guys an example. So DoorDash now has this thing where you go to the restaurant and if the food's not there, they're saying, well, go ahead and place the order and DoorDash will still pay the restaurant. Well, I didn't get in a huge argument, but it was just frustrating as all hell. But I followed DoorDash's directions and placed the order, and the guy at the register is like, well, my cash drawer is going to come up short. So immediately I was like, well, let me get DoorDash customer service involved, and called and had them call the restaurant. And it's basically like this, folks. It's like, it's not a round table communication. You know, the restaurant just gets, you know, they're bombarded with other customers and other issues, and they want to just cancel you. You know, they don't want to resolve. So even with this stuff with Walmart, is if when I shopped for, you know, about 144 items, okay, and I got 100, and I'm down to 44, and it cancels midstream, to me, okay, compensate me for shopping, put that stuff on hold, and reach out to the customer and say, hey, we got your order, and then they could put, you know, they could put a Walmart shopper on the rest of the order. But to me, that waste of time and energy and money, and not compensating drivers for driving all the way to these restaurants and shopping and all this different stuff. I mean, everybody wants to be computerized, but these systems still fail, and you need human intervention and problem solving for a lot of these issues. And, you know, people talk about, forming unions and people going on strike and stuff, but I really feel like you need to present these companies, you need to have a platform, and you need to be able to present companies with solutions that actually increase profit, because that's all they care about, you know, even if they're ending up screwing the drivers over. But, you know, there's a way to do it where, you know, you make everybody happy. And I had a long conversation with, you know, the representative that I talked to on the phone, and I was angry, but I told him at the end, I said, I'm not trying to take this out on you, but this is frustrating. You know, Walmart, the app should not assign drivers to these orders and cancel them midstream. And also, like, I feel like the customer, there should be some penalties on the customer for canceling in the middle of it too, you know, a cancellation fee or whatever. And customers will say, well, I have the choice to, but no, but, you know, you're not, you know, some of the people that you run into there, you know, a lot of people now are delivery drivers themselves. And when they run into that same level of frustration and agony, you know, they agree with drivers. You know, I've had plenty of customers, I go to their house and I'm dropping something off, and they give me a tip or they say something, they're just like, yeah, I know it's tough to be a driver, you know, or, you know, you'll just have a little conversation and people will have empathy for you. But I don't, and even in these, you know, when people go on here and sign, you know, these disclosure agreements or whatever, you're signing the contract, you know, there may be fine print in there saying that you can't, you know, you can't speak out about these companies and say this and that, but it's not like, you know, we want to lose our jobs and we want to talk bad about the companies that we work for, but we want improvement and we want compensation. And one thing, I don't know if a lot of people admit this, but this just gives people an outlet, to me, to still make it in times of utter, you know, chaos, you know, with people having layoffs or whatever, or you lose your job or you just need to supplement your income. You know, I love the ability to be able to make my own money. And I feel like if everybody has the means to get out here and work and make a decent living, you'll have less crime. But it seems like, you know, these systems are designed to, you know, just keep everybody in this rat race. And I've thought about this, though, is like a lot of us as delivery drivers, we enjoy our freedom as delivery drivers and we make good money and we start going out here and we buy stuff. But a lot of times I'm like, man, I just need to make a solid escape strategy and really start heavily investing my money and heavily doing whatever to get out of the rat race. You know, it's just like, you know, you'll go on YouTube now and you'll see, you know, people, you know, living out their car and stuff, and they'll say, you know, how much money they're saving, you know, living out their car and stuff. But I do feel like living out of your car or living out whatever, you know, you sacrifice a certain level of sanity and comfort when you do stuff like that. But sometimes I have debated, like, you know, selling my home, and just, you know, going ham on, you know, gig delivery. And then, you know, not saying I'll live in my car forever or live with people or do whatever, couch surf, but just to save and invest enough money to get out of the rat race. And a lot of people, when they're deactivated from these accounts for unapparent reasons, that does force you to, you know, tighten your pockets and reevaluate, you know, your financial situation and do things different. But like I said, I want to be solution based. So as a driver, like I said, I really, when I see these high dollar orders, I'm really critical about them. And like I said, I've been pretty disgusted when they've canceled a midstream on me. And also, I just feel like you have to, sometimes you have to break your goal up into smaller increments. So even, like I said, even if you see that 50, you decline that 50, and then you just commit to like, okay, I'm going to take, you know, and not lowball orders, because I don't like to take lowball orders either, but I just, you know, I'll wait. You know, sometimes I saw an order that popped up earlier today that was $12, and I was just like, not doing it. Like, I was just like, the miles is too far. I said, let me hold out. And sure enough, after I held out for a little bit, a $16 order popped up that was more manageable, and that was in my neighborhood. But these companies, you know, is like I said, they're trying to maximize their profit while cutting costs here and there. You know, these companies not having, you know, fleets of delivery vehicles and you using up your personal vehicle and your personal gas, that's saving these companies money. And you know, and we sign up for these programs, but like I said, legally, I don't know how, you know, people can, you know, get together and force these companies to, you know, compensate drivers, you know, adequately. But it's just, you know, it's based on the individual, and you got to be, like I said, you got to be very strategic. And I haven't, like, doing ride-along videos. I haven't done really ride-along videos. I'll try to do some stuff, but most of the, like, the strategic planning and stuff that I do, I really have to be side by side with someone. And, you know, like, you know, I've taught my mom the ins and outs of delivery and stuff. And you know, you really have to see and get out on the landscape to really experience it. But my mom, you know, she's like Good Samaritan, and, you know, don't want to, you know, get a negative review and all this different stuff. But I'm like, Mom, sometimes you got to cancel. And sometimes when I, you know, get bogged down with trying to solve an issue for a customer, I end up still, you know, just wasting time, you know, because I'm like, hey, you know, trying to reach out to customers and customers not answering, or, you know, are still trying to complete an order, you know, midstream. Okay, you're almost at the address, and the Walmart is like, no, you got to return it back to the store. And it's just like, man, I'm almost to the freaking house. And you guys don't realize that I've drove way cross country to get these people their stuff, but you know, you guys are canceling this freaking order on me, you know. But I'm gonna call it short, cut it short here, because I'm gonna eat breakfast. But I would love to create some solutions and have good dialogue rather than just complaining. Peace out.